perhaps, I know that's skipping along here a bit, but if you would,
I don't really want to jump so much, because without the understanding of it, it's like, jumping to the answer and saying the answer isn't supported. But I would like to make one comment here for the listeners who are wondering about the exchange there. I haven't spoken to Jim Fetzer in well over 3 years, nor emailed with him, nor corresponded with him in any way, because he threatened me. He threatened me to not talk about this technology. So having him, toying with me on the show is not a very useful thing. His job is to keep this information from coming out, so it seems. He can seem supportive, but anything but recognize this technology. Why would he be having such issues with the title of the book?
Mm-hmm. He threatened you?
Yes, he threatened me.
Well, how did he threaten you?
Well, I could read it, but I don't have it handy here.
I don't mean to get into this. I do want to go beyond this, because we don't need to get the infighting in the way of the evidence.
I don't call this infighting. I call this, suppression, attempting to suppress. But it's, somebody who's threatening me to not talk about this technology then comes on your show. It's not good. Anyway, the technology is a reality. Jesse Ventura even understands it. And I was just so much in admiration of him, because I get a lot of grief for standing up for the truth. I'm a scientist, and as a scientist, I follow the scientific method to scientific conclusions. So for non-scientists to be, try to twist things around it seems kind of ridiculous, for one thing. But also, I take a lot of grief from just about every direction, from the mainstream and from the truth movement, forwards and backwards. And when Jesse Ventura stood up for what was in my book, for the truth, that was a lot of guts. I respect him a lot for that. The truth movement apparently has now thrown him overboard.
Yeah, there's all sorts of blogs. Yeah, we talked about that. Dr. Jesse Ventura jumps the shark. All sorts of people saying now, is he trying to discredit us? And I'm glad that he's a man that speaks about what he sees to be true, and he read the book.
He very clearly read the book. He knew how to stand up for it, for what was in there, and knows what it means.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad that we aired that out, and I'm sorry about that awkward segment. If I had any idea, I wouldn't have continued to push the envelope. I was more interested in some of the talk about 9/11 and the different aspects.